Even the majority of guys who have everything like dialed in, even the biohackers I see in the community who spend like hundreds of thousands of dollars on like a red light for their balls, like all this crazy shit, in their like 30s and 40s, they look older than this guy does. What's up guys, Derek, moreplacemordates.com. Today we are going to be talking about the genetic marvel phenom and a half. This guy is, believe it or not, 55 years old. So he just had his 55th birthday. So blessed to be waking up to my 55th year on this amazing planet. And as you can see, the guy literally looks like he's in his 20s, maybe 30s at the most, if you want to stretch it. With his, when he has facial hair, I guess you could say he looks, older, but when he fully shaves, you really can't tell, dude. Like, this video is of him back in 1989 at 23 years old. So this is what he looks like in this, what is it? Holy shit. Sorry if I just fucking destroyed your ears. 1989, 31 years old. Haha, what do you think? So anyway, he looks exactly the fucking same, like 30 years later, which is nuts. So if you go back on his Instagram, this guy is basically, like, he became sort of famous and blew up on social media because of looking way younger than he is. So here he is. This is 2019, so I guess he was like 53 here. Like, what the fuck, dude? So here he is again, Thai Home Industries. Here he is in the salmon tee, looking fucking saucy. He is chilling and looks quite young, obviously. That's the whole point. That's why we're all here. So this guy's stats, apparently he is 6 feet tall, almost 6'1", and about 176 to 180, kind of fluctuates. His like peak shreddedness apparently is when he's at like 175, 176. At almost 6'1", you can see the body composition he maintains is literally like a peak 0.0001% 25-year-old essentially. Like, this is the pinnacle of shit. He shows no signs of aging really at all. And like, the only time you can kind of even think, okay, maybe he looks like 20 years younger than his age is when you see the him with the full facial hair. Otherwise, in his videos and shit, it's like, you really can't tell. So anyways, this guy started to pick up a lot of attention, and he kind of blew up overnight when articles started being made about him for being a fucking phenom, essentially. And, people want to know what's his secret. People wanted to do interviews with him. He was just, kind of blew up on social media. And now he has over 1 million followers for being the ageless phenom. And in this interview, this was like shortly after he blew up on social media. And this was like, he's only 51 here apparently, even though now he says he's 55. Okay, I think he turned 52 like right after this interview. Okay, so maybe this doesn't line up exactly, but when you Google his name, you see 55 years old. So I don't know if this is 100% accurate, but either way, he's over 50. He's in his early 50s or mid 50s at this point. And, all the images of him, you can just see, like, obviously this guy's goddamn defying space and time. This is 1997 versus 2020, 1980 versus 2018. Just absolutely unreal, dude. So anyways, in this, people want to know the secret. What's the deal? Like, what's he doing to maintain it? Is he on some adrenochrome fucking shit, or like, what's the deal? So anyways, he does this interview and he talks about when he blew up on social media. I'm not going to potentially get a copyright hit just to hear him say how he woke up and was astonished to see his phone blowing up in followers.
I remember I was...
Yeah, like, he's just talking about how, like, cool it was, blah, blah, blah. And showing a compilation of his images and whatnot while she asked him questions about fashion photography and whatnot. Some of these images are pretty cool, by the way. And then we talk about his fitness and his routine and whatnot.
Your Instagram photos, you have, like, a lot of abs. How do you get so fit,
The fact is, training only stand for 30%. How hard you train in the gym.
And then he talks about how the percentage allocated to training versus diet, obviously the age-old question, what percentage is it diet, of training, of drugs, if you're a bodybuilder, like pro bodybuilder or whatever. The age-old question that no one seems to agree on. It doesn't really fucking matter. Obviously, training and diet are obviously important. Debating on the percentage is kind of ridiculous. But at the end of the day, you know the diet is going to essentially determine your body composition. The training is going to dictate, you know, how much stress you induce upon yourself and giving yourself the, you know, stimulus to adapt and grow and whatnot. So either way, both important. He says 70% depends on what you eat and what you put in your body.
So what you eat, what you put into your body. Because you are what you eat. You wouldn't want to look like a hamburger, right?
No, you don't want to look like a hamburger, obviously. You would rather look like a mean, lean chicken breast, as he says here. So, interestingly enough, how many times does he exercise? You would think, oh, this guy must be in the gym non-stop. He must be doing cardio in the mornings. He must be going to the gym later in the day. Must be living there for in his 50s to look like this.
Exercise a lot?
Ideally, I would like to exercise 5 times a week. But with my busy schedule, nowadays, I would think that if I can make it 3 times, it's pretty good, because 3 times is just good enough for you to maintain.
So interesting. It almost sounds like he literally has like the same physique pretty much as like Kino Body, like almost around 6 feet. I don't know how tall Kino Body is, but around, you know, mid 170s. This is like prime, like natural fucking genetic potential at its finest. Lean, chiseled, model looking, you know, borderline superhero shit. And somehow, you know, managing to maintain it with only 3 days a week. Like, it's very reminiscent of the Kino Body shit. And, you know, it's kind of contradictory to what you'd think. You'd think this guy's in the gym hardcore all the time. It does not seem to be the case. But his diet in particular is what I was more interested in, because for me, I'm like, well, this guy maintains such a lean body composition. That's the thing that impresses me. Guys who can adhere to a deficit and or, you know, like a reasonable calorie intake that won't, you know, accrue a significant amount of body fat and maintain, you know, striking distance around 10% body fat year round, especially as, I don't know if this guy's natural or not, but if he is indeed natural, which I speculate at this body weight, it's very realistic that he is, even though he's in his 50s, you know, I get it, but I mean, he's like 6'1" almost at 175. Like, you know, I think he has good insertions and obviously he's a genetic marvel to begin with, just by looking at his everything, you know? So anyways, I wanted to see what his diet was and some of the details. So this is him, a Shanghai vlog, and it kind of shows some insight into what his breakfast looks like. So he comes down the stairs looking like a student who's in university pretty much. He's pulling out some eggs. Is that an avocado? Was that rice? I don't even fucking know. This is I don't know. He wrote his diet down in an article, which I will go pull out. But as you see, nothing special, dude. Like, he's doing the same kind of shit that any person does, and it's not like he's crazy. But like, you would think there'd be some sort of outlying factor that he's doing that's different than everybody else, but it does not seem to be the case. Up close, he really can pass off as someone in his 20s. This is the written article of the Straits Times, by the way. From this video, they have like a more elaborate article and they have more details about his diet and shit. He does have laugh lines around his eyes and frown lines. The Ray-Ban frame he sports, which gives him a Clark Kent look, isn't so much a fashion accessory as reading glasses for his presbyopia, but his teeth are very white and his full head of hair is black. Do you diet, I ask? Yes, he replies with hesitation, and also his mustache and goatee, because he does have graying strands. I think salt and pepper is quite cool, but it's not there yet, he says. It's just a little bit here and there. Not nice. His skincare routine is simple, he says when I probe. I know I was supposed to get to the diet, but this just came up first, so I'm going to be talking about it, because does he use Botox? That's what people want to know too. He doesn't use many products because his skin is sensitive, and as far as I understand from a lot of the research I did on cosmetics before I like actually started implementing a routine recently for the first time in my life pretty much, the simpler the better. Like, you don't really want a significant amount of extravagant shit. You just want like a base, you know, a moisturizer, a good one, hyaluronic acid serum maybe, and you know, tretinoin, you know, is pretty like, it's a pretty good like triple threat right there. And then anything above and beyond that is kind of extra, you know. You have a good exfoliator, and that's pretty much it, dude. Like, as far as I know, like, there's some extra shit you could do, but it's not as necessary. Have you had any procedures done? He says he tried Botox once around his eyes, but didn't like the results and hasn't done it again. This is the diet thing. He thinks it's, he doesn't diet, but tries to eat healthy. For protein, he goes for eggs, chicken, and fish in soup. He eats rice, but not that much. He avoids coffee and tea, but drinks plenty of water. He does not smoke or take alcohol. It's not like he never indulges. Ice cream is a weakness, and he loves durians. And if you must know about his exercise routine, a good week would see him in the gym 5 times for a maximum of an hour and a half each, but he often manages with just 3 a week. He doesn't run because of a knee injury, but does speed walking on the treadmill, and he swims. Subjecting himself to such scrutiny was not something Tan was looking for. In February 2015, he started his Instagram, peppered his Instagram with photos of himself, like hamming it up on holidays. There were about 24 bare-bodied photos showing off his very impressive biceps and abs. I'm so vain, la, he says of these personal snapshots. By the last month, he had garnered 95,000 fans, a very decent, though not astronomical number. Then overnight, he was discovered. One morning, I woke up, checked my phone, saw the followers increase to 105,000, he recalls. He thought there was some mistake, and then he realized he had a ton of messages. I was like, shit, man. Okay, so the diet is basically comprised of, like, if that's all you eat, then... Sorry about that. If that's all you eat, like I can see why you would maintain this lean body composition. Like the only carbs that he even mentioned was rice, you know? Chicken, eggs, and fish in soup. Eats rice, but not that much. Doesn't even have coffee and tea. Drinks water. Sounds boring as fuck, but obviously it gets the job done if you can actually maintain and adhere to that without binging too often. So yeah, interesting. Doesn't sound like it's as Kino Body-ish as his training is, though. Kino Body likes to indulge in his shit on a daily basis, it seems. Which is fine, you know, it seems to work for him. But this is kind of a classic fitness model, maintaining perfect body year-round diet model with just like high-quality proteins, not very much carbs. Not that you don't need carbs, obviously. I'm just saying this is very, very, very clean. So... anyways, absolutely insane. The guy is an absolute specimen. If you check out his Instagram, it's not his name, like it is his first name, but then it's the same thing again. I don't know if N Frey, like what that means exactly, if that's like his management or some shit. Probably 100% off on that. But anyways, if you scroll through his thing, very just mind-blowing, dude, that this is even possible. Like most guys by 50 are a, you know, shadow of their old self. Out of shape, you know, significant amounts of hair loss, like blah, blah, blah. Just look like they don't care anymore. Obviously, there are a lot of guys who put in the work and, you know, maintain, you know, high quality physique, high quality health, have, you know, great diet models. But even the majority of guys who have everything like dialed in, even the biohackers I see in the community who spend like hundreds of thousands of dollars on like fucking red light for their balls, like all this crazy shit, in their like 30s and 40s, they look older than this guy does. So obviously this doesn't just come down to he's doing the right things, rather it comes down to genetics. Like as you saw, the shit he's doing is nothing crazy. He has a simple skincare routine, doesn't even use Botox, eats a diet model that's like the same as like anybody else would eat, only trains a few times a week, and like lo and behold, the guy looks like fucking this, which is absolutely absurd. So anyways, honestly, I'm just following to see if he ever looks older. So that's, if you want to check him out, it is Chuando underscore Chuando and Frey. And I literally just listened how to pronounce that 2 seconds ago, and I think I have already fucked it up and forgot. Let's see what it
Chuando,
Chuando. Okay, so Chuando, I feel like I'm still fucking it up. Chuando underscore Chuando and Frey on Instagram. So anyways, check them out. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, helps the algorithm. It's much appreciated when you guys do. Follow me on Instagram at More Plates, More Dates, Facebook, Snapchat, Pinterest, Twitter, TikTok, Apple Podcasts. If you want to support the channel, check out all the stuff I am associated with in the video description below. My TRT clinic, it's all telemedicine from the comfort of your own home. You can get individualized oversight from our very qualified patient care coordinators and doctors who I've vetted myself personally for hormone replacement therapy or any kind of health optimization, overseeing your blood work and kind of giving you a high quality interpretation from people who understand this shit. It is also very convenient because it is from home, of course. You don't actually have to drive to, you know, across your fucking city to meet some guy. So anyways, that is in the video description, as well as Gorilla Mind, nootropic formulas, Gorilla Mode, pre-workout formulas that design myself from scratch, and anything else I'm associated with. It's all in the video description below. Thank you guys for watching. Talk to you soon.